Hello guys, welcome back to Toucan Tarot, and thank you so much for all the love recently. Lots of new subscribers, and as you know, I am new on YouTube, so it's just so humbling, guys, and thank you so much. I keep receiving gifts as well, lovely donations. Excuse me, bear with me. Fog in my throat there. I've been receiving lovely. This is one of my latest. I got the Art Oracle. How awesome is this? It has all the great artists past. So we're going to be using that today. Anyway, cracking on for today's reading. Your soulmate. So that's what we're going to be concentrating on today. We've got Pick a Crystal. So there'll be 3 different readings. And then there'll also be extended readings. You'll find those in the links below. So, you know, if you enjoy it and you want to hear more, then you can just click on one of those and go for the extended. So great, let's crack on. Just before we do, again, I'm feeling just so overwhelmed with all sorts at the moment, all good things, such great energy. Thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed yet, remember to click subscribe, and yeah, let me know down below who you are, where you're from. I always find it so nice, you know, to actually kind of try and understand who the people are that are watching these videos, because I still find it crazy that you guys are still watching. I enjoy it so much. Just as a reminder as well, sorry, I'm babbling on. The timestamps are down below for this, but I just have to say that as a reminder, because I've been getting a lot of requests recently, I don't charge for readings. You know, I simply do this channel because I love it, I enjoy it. I'm on my own spiritual journey and in the process and loving helping others. However, I do offer readings, but I don't charge for them. You can find my link to my Amazon wishlist, which is a wishlist for lots of tarot decks. So what I ask is if you purchase something off my wishlist, that'll be sent straight to me, and in exchange for that, I'll provide you with a reading. So it's like an energy exchange, which I just feel it's such a lovely way to give a reading. So again, all the details are down below. But let's crack on. So your soulmate, big important reading. We're going to be reading slightly differently today, as you'll see if you have watched my videos before. We're going to be looking at both energies and intertwining and so forth. But let's start. So we've got crystal 1, 2 and 3, and I want you to really look at these crystals and take 5 deep breaths. And while you're doing that, just have a look at these, see what resonates with you rather, and yeah, choose whichever one. Timestamps are below. If you're attracted or, you know, drawn to more than one crystal, perhaps there's a couple of messages. With this one though, obviously being your soulmate, again, I would just stick to the one there, but whichever resonates with you, and enjoy your reading. Let's start with those of you that chose crystal number 1. This is your reading. Wow, super exciting. I'm actually going to put these here. We're looking at your future soulmate. So, wow, what a reading. How are you, by the way? I hope you've all been well. As I mentioned, I'm going to do this slightly differently today. Before I do go on, though, just to remind you, if you haven't watched my videos before, I read not only through the cards, they just act as a kind of trigger, really, but I read through my guides. So I do have my guide Tran with me here today. And, of course, Toucan, always protecting and around. So, yeah, let's crack on, shall we? So we're going to do 2 different mini readings, so to speak, within this one. So first of all, I'm going to look at your energies. So I'm going to represent this with the Divine Feminine, just because you know the majority of people that do that do watch my videos are ladies. So I'm assuming that that's you. But again, you know, whichever way round, or I'm not even attaching this to gender, but we've got, you know, the light over here, which is you, and then we're going to do over here a different deck, which is them. So let's concentrate on you first. And for this, I'm going to be using the Lunar Soul Tarot deck. I love this deck so much. They're so lovely. I'm quite excited to show you some new decks today as well. But let's start with this. So first of all, we're going to be looking at your current energies. With the Lunar Soul, I do read upright. So 9 of Wands, 3 of Swords, and the Moon. Oh, what cards we've got there. And this deck, guys, oh, what a deck. Can you see that lovely silver lining there? The most beautiful deck. I've got to show you the box as well. Where is it? Hide. Where are you? It's called the Hide Tarot, and it's hiding from me. Here it is. So this deck is by the wonderful Dan Francis. He's just released it. He did it on a Kickstarter and he got all the funding. And I actually know him. It's actually my niece's, one of my niece's best friends. She's featured in these cards. But I'm just so, not only am I blown away by the artwork, and it's a beautiful story into, you know, how he made these cards. But the quality, guys, I mean, check out this shuffle. They're so heavy and perfect, and they're just great. And we're going to be using these. This is my first time using these today. I have given them a good shuffle already, and so this is looking at your soulmates' energies. So we're looking at yours and theirs, and then we're going to have a look at and link them up and get some further advice as well. So we have, I'm going to leave that reversed, sorry. So we have the World reversed, the Devil reversed, the Tower, lots of major arcana coming through here, and the Five of Cups. Beautiful cards. So let me pop those here, and then we're going to have a look at what intertwine these. And I'm really mixing up the cards today. So for this one, we're going to be using Healing Light, and this is my lemon art. The lovely Fiona actually purchased these. So thank you, Fiona. Again, I love them. And we're going to have a look at the energy here. Not going to reverse these cards. Anchor. Oh, look at that card. Wonderful. And then we're going to grab some advice cards as well. And again, I'll do an extended and of course go on from here. But this is just a little mini reading for you guys today. And we've got the initiation. And we have Minzakan. Amazing. Right, let me bring these down a bit for you. Wow, what a cross we have here. Paths. Right. Great. So let's just dive straight in, shall we? So, right. So there's a very conflicting, you know, you're both going through entirely different things. I think you can probably see that from the spread here. But let's start with you, and then we'll move over. So this is your soulmate we're looking at here. And with you, I mean, we've got the Magician, the Nine of Wands, the Three of Swords, and the Moon. Wow. So let's start with the Magician and what that represents. And, you know, Lu Chuan, very much stating the same. You know, you've built something. Not necessarily, I mean, this really stands for materialism and business and monetary. So definitely it could be on that. But I'm also getting that you know, you've achieved something, and whatever it is that you've achieved, you'll know what I mean by this. But you've got great achievement. You know, you've built something that's just fabulous. You know, you've spent hard time on it. It's been hard work. And you've got there, and you see this by the Magician here, and he's celebrating, as you see. You know, he's got everything around him. But what we are reminded with this card, and definitely what's coming through now, is also just to keep one eye, you know, definitely raise your hand. It is a celebratory time. You have done well, but, you know, keep grounded as well, is what I'm hearing, the advice on that. And then you've got the Nine of Wands next to it, which makes us, you know, you can relax. You've been through a lot, and you've just been reminded that, you know, it's like he's still defending his territory. And I say the same to you, you know, you can't let your guard down. You've built too much, but you can relax more. You know, we can never let our guards fully down. Life is life. I mean, we can. That's another subject altogether. But in the literary terms, you know, always have an eye open on what's happening around you. But you can relax, and that's definitely a message. You know, I get a real feeling that you've been on a real adventure, a real challenge, but you know, you are celebrating, you are creating, and it's actually the birth of something big to come. So you're in a great space right now in regards to that. And you're just wondering where this guy is. Obviously, I say this guy, that's natural for me, but whatever relates to you, he, she, you know, anything at all. Again, it's just, I naturally do that. So, but yeah, you're just wondering where they are. We've got down here the Three of Swords, and you know, it ties into this. I think you've been very hurt in the past, and this, I love the artwork on the Lunar Soul, because it just reminds us that, you know, although your heart has been broken, and you have been through something really quite traumatic, I'm feeling here, You know, it's really scarred you. It's deep. It's cut your heart in pieces. And now you just need to let those pieces float away, because they will regenerate and come back as a fresh heart, and that process needs to happen. But you're finding it hard to let those pieces slip away. That's definitely something to work on. I'm going to come back to that in a moment. And it, you know, it ties beautifully with the full moon here. So with the moon's at the end of your journey. You know, the moon reminds us that we have to go inwards in ourselves, and the real message coming through here for you now is, you know, you've accomplished a lot, you've been through a lot, is a big thing I'm getting. We can see that with loss, and also, or heartbreak, shall I say, but also in whatever it is you're doing that you're finally feeling some kind of movement with. But now, definitely, you're being asked to kind of look within, and that's what the moon reminds us of. You know, you're towards the end of your journey, one of the last things we do is we go in, and we look within, and we master that. Luchuan's saying here, you definitely need to meditate more. He's always saying that, but you do. It's quite a big movement for you. You're at a very exciting point, and yeah, really exciting things ahead. I'm going to come back to that in a moment. That was a very brief snippet of obviously yours, and I'm going to go over and have a look at theirs now as well. I mean, there's no way to sugarcoat it, guys. You know, I just tell you exactly how it is. I'm not one of those readers that, you know, makes everything hunky-dory. It's seemingly what comes out in the cards. And as soon as I saw these, you know, obviously Luchuan, it is what it is. And they're in a complete opposite, where you're really rising. And I can't tell you enough, even though you've got this heartache there, you are rising. And you notice it a little bit. You might not be feeling the full effect yet, but believe me, it's coming. You're in a really good space. However, over here with your soulmate right now, they've been through extreme loss and heartbreak, and you know, you see the world and it's upside down, and that's represented by the stag here, the majestic stag, and it's upside down. His world literally has been turned upside down right now. You know, you see you've got the devil card upside down, and that really speaks of, you know, falling apart, separation, loss, anxiety, all of these different things. Yeah, he's at that moment, you know, we all get, it's how we learn from it. And when we go through these moments, although they're so terrible at that time, they teach us so much, and we learn from them, and it shapes who we are. And your soulmate is in that exact moment right now. You know, they're at an emotional rock bottom state. I'm really sad to say. Oh, it's making me a little bit emotional saying this, because they really are. You've got the charm, the tower here, and then also the 5 of cups, the mushroom. And you know, the charm, something's happened. It's literally come along and literally like just slapped him. And it's broken him. You know, and subsequently you've got the 5 of cups. It's left him extremely, extremely lost. The mushroom, I love the way Dan has represented this. It's the mushroom, and you know, you go into the woods, and you know, lost travellers go into the woods, they get hungry and they spot what seems a beautiful mushroom, but actually they hallucinate and it loses them a little bit more. That's the analogy here, and that's definitely what's happening. It's like he's spiraling into a real deep dark place. But you know, one thing I really want to say right now, sorry, because it does sound all doom and gloom over here, but Luchuan's saying, you know, this is a really important time for him that he's going through, and the result of this period, you know, will be great, and it'll bring him out into his higher self, and he'll learn so much from it, and he needs to go through this. Like I said, you know, we're very lucky in life. I think it's very rare that someone will go through life without being in this moment. We're all here at some point. It's like all the stages of the, you know, arcana, isn't it? All the stages of the tarot, that we all go through those stages at some point in our existence. That's where they are right now. So although it's, you know, not great for him, just know that it's definitely not long term. I can see that. And it's not, one thing Luchuan is making very clear here is this isn't going to damage him at all. He's going to come out very strong because of this. You know, when things happen to us, I think what defines us is how we deal and handle, and more importantly, come out the other end of that situation. And he's going to handle that very well. So they're in a very dark place now, I'm really sad to say. complete polar opposite to where you are right at this moment. I don't know, that's probably not what you want to hear, but it is very true. We look at the connecting energies though, and what connects you. And you know, this is a soulmate reading. So this is someone that was meant for you. You know, we're talking about that one person out there that was meant for you. Not a relationship, your soulmate. And looking at the connection, it's a beautiful one. Look, it's the anchor. And the anchor represents everything, you know, stability. You know, stability, calmness, everything's just calm. I'm getting humble, calm, stability, bit of stubbornness there. You're definitely going to have, when you do meet, a bit of a stubborn interaction. You may have met already, and there's definitely that kind of stubbornness between you both. And that you know, that's just a fact, but you bring out a real steadiness in each other. You know, you're literally not only anchored together in the sense that you're soulmates, but you bring out a really beautiful, calm stability in each other. And when you're together, and when you do unite properly, that's exactly what's going to come out of it. Looking up here, so that's the connection, you know, that's the connection energy, and it's lovely. It's an anchor. You're anchored together. So we've got the initiation and Mitakan up here. So the initiation, rite of passage, crossing the threshold. This one is directed at you. And you know, you can see here, I mentioned you're really on just a wonderful vibration right now, completely rising. And you can see right there, if you just step through, oh, you've got such an amazing world waiting for you. An amazing world waiting for you. And I'm going to go into that in a moment. And then we've got over here, Mintakam, longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. And, you know, I mentioned a minute ago how beautifully your soulmate's going to handle this. And I'm getting a real spiritual connection as well with the both of you. I think you're both going to definitely rise each other. And there's definitely a spiritual connection here. You know, you're not just soulmates meant to be together, but he's quite a spiritual person also. So when you do get together, you know, it is longing for home. You're both longing for home right now because you've not made that full connection. So you're both longing for home, the feeling of belonging, the original light workers, because when you do, oh my God, you're an anchor. And there's a further journey and mission for the both of you. Oh, how exciting. Super exciting, guys. Let me draw as well. So that's your mini reading. I hope you enjoyed it. I will do an extended in that. You can link below. I'll tell you about that in a moment. But before I do, I'm just going to pull some more oracles. Let's pull one of the animal oracles for you both. And delve into a bit of more characteristics. Because obviously this is the current energies of you both. And obviously looking in the extended, we're going to go into more, you know, obviously surrounding this, but let's just look at characteristics a little bit more. So we're going to do one for him over here, the sea turtle, and the moose. Oh, I love these cards. This is the spirit of the animal oracle, and they're so beautiful. So let's start with yourself. Moose, wisdom. Isn't that just a beautiful card? Let your head and mind reach to the stars, yet keep your feet grounded on the earth. Listen to the ancient wisdom in your soul. The ancestors speak through you. You know much. Oh, this just solidifies everything we've just said. The spiritual side, you know, the fact that we spoke about going within. And listen, you may think that you are already quite far on this journey, but you know, there's something really special about you, and all I can say is that, wow, you haven't even scratched the surface, and you're going to continue to just wow yourself and be in awe of yourself throughout this journey, because you've got so much amazing goodness to come. A lot, you know, we all have different journeys, but yours in regards to your spiritual journey, oh, I'm very excited for you. Just a reminder here to this thing that's going on at the moment that we spoke about earlier. Let your head and mind reach the stars, yet keep your feet grounded on the earth. Just a reminder to do that there with you. But that's a perfect analogy of you. And for him, we've got sea turtle, protection. You are master of finding life's flow. Be in harmony with the rhythm and your path will unfold. Preserve and you will succeed. You have everything you need to be protected and happy. And that couldn't be more true. And guys, you know, even though, as I mentioned, he's in this place, he is, you know, he's master of finding life's flow. That's just where he is at the moment. And again, in the extended reading, you can find that in the link below. We'll go into more about where he is and then how, you know, hopefully you come together. Well, you will come together, so we'll find out more about that. But, you know, don't worry about him too much. This is just where his energies are at right now. But he very much is the master of finding life's flow. And he's very much preserving you will succeed. Always does. It's just something, boom, has hit him out of nowhere. And it's just taken him down. But in a really big way. Something quite major has happened. And it's definitely broke his heart into a million pieces. But he is a survivor. And he will get through that. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. If you have, please obviously like the video, comment below. I'm going to give you a cheeky, just for you. I've got these as well, Art Oracle, which I mentioned earlier that I've just received. I'm going to just draw one from here. These are a bit of fun, really, but I just love them. All the great artists of the world. And you got Caravaggio. Oh, try to keep violence metaphorical. Adjust your eyes to darkness. A head on the shoulders is worth two in the hand. I'm going to put that up there so you can pause that and really kind of have a think about those. But yeah, try to keep violence metaphorical. Listen, the thing with Caravaggio, he really pushed things to the limits, didn't he, as an artist? He was, you know, quite violent. I believe he got arrested many times. But the point with him is he pushed things to the limits. You know, definitely the message that's coming through here is obviously push things to the limits. But, you know, keep your eye out. Keep your eye out. Also, a head on the shoulders is not worth two in the hand, and adjust your eyes to darkness. You've seen darkness. In that sense, very much the message that, you know, Luchuan and the feeling that I'm getting here to take from that for you is you're about to go, or you have been, you know, when you go through this spiritual journey, it's like you almost, you're on a high. You'll all relate to me, I'm sure. You're on such a high, you know, you're getting downloads or whatever's happening and you're on a high, and then you come down. And it's learning to kind of balance that out. You know, being on a high consistently is unobtainable, but it's learning to balance that out. And that's definitely what I take from this. Adjust your eyes to darkness, you know. You don't have to completely blot it out. It's just learning to adjust so that there's a beautiful balance. So definitely, I'm excited to hear about your spiritual journey. Let me know below. Or, of course, we will find out more in the extended. I hope you've enjoyed this. Again, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Just as an overview, this is going to be great when it does happen. And there's a big, because, you know, there's a lot going on here. But when it does, and your soulmate, wow, you very much a spiritual connection you have with him. The original light workers, you know, he's longing for you just as much. Do hit the, do go to the extended. This is exciting. I'm looking forward to what's up next. But anyway, I'll see you over at the extended, or if not soon. And I hope you've enjoyed this. Big love and light to you all, and take care. Bye, guys. Hi, if you chose Crystal 2, this is your reading. Right, so soulmate time, guys. What an exciting reading. We're going to be using lots of different decks for this. I'm going to do it slightly different than I have in the past. If you're used to watching my videos, and if you are, again, I've said it earlier, but thank you so much for your support. It really means so much. It's so humbling, and I just love it. As you know, I don't charge for readings, but I do energy exchanges, and you can find all the details below. So today, first of all, we're going to pull some cards from the Lunar Soul Tarot for your energies, and then we're going to pull some for theirs, and then we're going to pull some for connecting energies that connect you both together, because we are talking about your soulmate, remember. We're not talking about just a relationship. We're talking about your soulmate. Oh, so exciting. I've already given these a good shuffle, but I just wanted to give them a really good shuffle. So let's get cracking. So your soulmate with the Lunar Soul. As you know, I always read upwards. So these are your current energies at the moment. I'm going to pop these over here. So we've got 4 of Swords, 7 of Swords, 6 of Swords, A lot of swords, guys. 9 of swords. All the swords, blimey, right. And I'm very excited. Let's pull some for your soulmates energies. Can you see how beautiful and slick these are, guys? Oh my God, they're a new deck. I'm going to show you the Hyde Tarot by Dan Francis. And he's actually a friend of my niece's, and he's done such a beautiful job. The story behind the deck's wonderful. But God, they're such good quality. I think it's the best quality deck I've ever owned. His name is Dan Francis, and it's called the Hyde Tarot. So you can definitely check him out. But we're going to use this today. Again, I'm going to give these a really good shuffle to look at his energies. All right. Oh, getting all muffled here. Okay, so exciting when you do soulmate readings. We've got the ring, 6 of swords, again, same as you over there, the moss, and the rabbit, page of swords. Again, we've got a lot of swords, guys. And then to pull out some, in fact, I'm going to do some, no, sorry, Luchuan just mentioned, do these first, just so you are aware. You'll know if you've watched my videos. I do mainly read from my guides. Today we've got Luchuan with me, and of course Toucan is always above, flying around, protecting and offering protection and love and light. So yeah, let's have a look at the connection, the energies between your connection. Just going to pull a couple for now. Great. Oh, it's an exciting reading, guys. And then we're going to use, just over here, which I absolutely love and adore, Rebecca Campbell and Danielle Noel, whose artwork I love. We're going to pull some advice cards. We've got the Great Gathering, and then we've got the Initiation. Okay. Right, let's just get started, shall we? In fact, I'm going to include as well, we're going to do here, I love this deck, Spirit of the Animal Oracle. They're just so beautiful. But I'm going to pull one for each of you to look a little bit more into characteristics. Ah, the Orca Whale. Adventure, that's your one. And we've got Deer, Love. Oof. Okay, let's just dive straight in, shall we? So, going into yours straight away, you know, definitely being reminded here, it's time to take a pause, you know, a moment of respite in amongst the craziness that's been on your plate recently. And that's very much where your energy is right now. And, you know, you see that here with the 7 of Swords again. You've achieved a lot. I get that you definitely, you know, you've got somewhere in your life, and you very more often than not, you know, the qualities in a person it takes to get to the top or, you know, achieve a lot, is that they always want more. And this is reminding you that, you know, you always strive for more, but this is when you need to take a break. You know, this is the perfect analogy. He's looking around the corner at this other sword, but if he grabs that, he's going to start dropping all of these swords. So, you know, slow down, take a respite, and you'll get there. But that's definitely reminding you to take a respite. We then see the 6 of Swords and the 9 of Swords. And, you know, I think you've definitely, and when it says here, you need to take a pause because you have been through an awful lot recently. That's definitely coming through. But you are on your way to the other side. You know, you're on the kind of stumbling blocks at the moment, finally balancing your way over. You can see that here. I mean, straight away that you maybe have sleepless nights, nightmares. The biggest thing that's coming through me now is to tell you that it's going to be okay. You know, you're going to be absolutely fine. And a lot of this that you're worrying about and that you're letting occupy your mind is so unnecessary. It's the biggest message that's coming through to me with you now. It's so unnecessary, and you're putting all of this burden on yourself. The biggest thing to remember is that you're completely getting through it. You know, you're balancing over, look, and you will get to the end. And when you do, honestly, there's so much light for you. You need to take a respite and just slow things down a little, okay? Just looking at their energies. We'll go back to this in a moment, and how it all ties in together. But just looking at their energies for the moment, they are ready. I mean, you see the ring, the Ace of Cups, you know, this definitely symbolises the start of something. And just as Latran's saying, you know, they're ready and waiting for you. They're absolutely ready and waiting for you. They've got the Six of Swords again, you know, they've been on their own battles. And interestingly, that you've both got the Six of Swords. You know, 6 is very much the number of lovers, of adventure with lovers and the start of something. It's a lovely number, and, you know, you're soulmates after all. But at the same time, much like yourself, you know, he's going over these stumbling blocks. I say he, by the way, that's just natural to me. Of course, whatever relates to you. But he's going over the stumbling blocks of life, you know, and he's on his way. And this is also symbolising that you're on your way to each other. And, you know, these are the blocks that you have to go over. Nothing's worth having is ever that easy. And I really know that's not what you want to hear, but that's the real message coming through now. But going back to him, so, you know, he's ready for love. He's going through a bit of turmoil, but he's quite still in a stagnant way at the moment. Not necessarily in a great way. You know, he's in a real kind of, I mentioned that, you know, yourself are not going through the best time, but he's kind of a little bit lower level than that. You see that with the moss here reversed. He's very much still and in isolation. But then you see him come out with the Page of Swords here, the rabbit, which is very much, you know, the start of something and journey as well. I'm seeing here a great starting journey and adventure that's not only enveloping over to his life, but his work as well, is what I'm seeing. In regards to that, you know, I'm trying to think the best analogy I can give. He's just going through life's normal stumbles is the best way I can put it, waiting for you to come along. But yeah, this isolation he's going through now is going to be rather interesting. It's like he's almost cooking up a broth of his next kind of moves, if that makes sense. So it was quite exciting journey going on here. And then we see the connecting energies. And obviously we've got the sun here. Number 31, the sun. And, you know, I'm actually going to read you what it exactly says for that. It's the healing light, because it really is beautiful. And it's far better and, in fact, perfect analogy. Let's have a look here. So the sun stands for success, positivity, warmth and light. It is a card of cheeriness and significant achievements. The card of the conscious mind. It also represents the seasons of summer, abundant harvest and things coming to fruition. You know, when you two finally do meet, it literally, I mean, you see the slightly explosive, and this is obviously the heat coming off the sun. There is heat in so many good ways. The biggest thing you would have seen here is the amount of swords that are dominating your reading, and this is because you're both, you know, I want to say powerful. You're very powerful beings. You know, you're kind of both the leader type, and this is both of you. You're very much leader types. In the olden days, I think you would have been if not been in, got yourself into that high nobility kind of, yeah, you're both very much your go-getters. So of course, together, it just absolutely explodes into a way that is just wonderful. I get the feeling as well, you're both quite along the intellectual lines. That's definitely coming through here without a shadow of a doubt. Yeah, so again, very exciting, the energy between you. You just magnify the best bits of each other, which is what soulmates do. And then you've got the bear, and the bear is so big and strong. I mean, you know, we're talking about you together, the energies together, they fester, you know, a very protective energy. So you're going to be really very protective of each other. You know, it's going to be a very intense connection, but very, very protective of each other. You're both just these big personalities, you know, saying about the leader and the swords and, you know, the kind of characteristics that we see behind swords. And the bear just almost magnifies that, because you see someone in, you know, a position of power. So director types, chief exec types, you know, leaders, fierce, you know, it could go on. Also, we see a protective mother in the bear as well. So all of these things combined is you two, you know, both of you have this energy. So of course it's just explosive. But yeah, you both hold it. Let's have a little look at the advice up here. We've got the Great Gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits, soul tribe. Yeah. Let me just read this one before I go on. And the initiation, rite of passage, crossing the threshold. You're very much at the same stages, both of you. Really are. Very mirroring each other, actually. I don't sense, and I'm not a twin flame expert, but I don't sense that you're twin flames. You're soulmates. There is a difference. You can have a look there. It's too small a video for me to go into it now, but I'm not sensing twin flames. But with twin flames, and they're very similar. They're almost identical in you know, twin, hence the twin bit. I don't sense that you are twin flames, but it's that kind of vibe. You know, you're very, very similar to each other. Both equally as powerful, both unique, and so forth. And when you come together, of course, it's all coming together. And it's soul tribe. You literally are each other's soul tribe. Obviously, you're each other's soul mates. But you're going to form a tribe because you're both leaders. A great gathering. It's all coming together. And what I'm seeing from this, that's not normally what that card means, but that's definitely in this instance what it means. You're going to very much lead your own tribe of some kind, whether that be in work, in whatever it is that you both do. You're going to find a way of working together. The initiation, rite of passage, crossing the threshold. I'm getting here too. Tukan and Luchuan are both, I'm definitely getting the energy that this is meant for you. The initiation, rite of crossing the threshold. And, you know, everything, we talked about these nightmares here. And, you know, we keep talking about these powerful characteristics that you both have behind you. And because of that, you know, you put so much on your plate and it creates this. And I just feel for you because, you know, I feel for where you are right now. But what's really going to help with that is meditation and going inwards. And this is what you need to do. You know, look how beautiful it is when you start to look in and just creep out there. That's your door there. And this is where you are at night, whereas you just need to go through there. That's the way I'm going to put it to you. Really lovely cards. Let's have a look at the Animal Oracle. So this is going a little bit into your characteristics now. We see the Orca Whale, Adventure. I mean, we know this about you, don't we? Dare to do things differently. Sing your wild song. Manifest your travel dreams. Attempt the great journey with confidence. Be loyal. Friends and family are your treasures. Be brave. You are more powerful than you know. Isn't that just a lovely? I love it. And it says it all. That's you. The biggest message as well, you know, nothing's going to stop this connection happening. So, I was going to say you need to try and not worry about it at the moment. It will come together. Of course, it's easier said than done. But, you know, you need to not stop your adventure waiting for this to happen. This is going to be an adventure of a lifetime. But before then, you're on an adventure of your own. So, you know, really the message here is not to allow things that you think are going to happen stop the moment of daily flow, is what I'm feeling. So you need to just live each day. That's the best way to say it. Live each day as it comes, and enjoy, and be an adventurer. Go get it. Be a yes person. And then over here with his energy, and oh, he's so ready for love. You know, really getting a romantic vibe off of this guy. Dear and love, be gentle with yourself. You heal with the power of love. See the light in all things. Acknowledge your self-worth and grace. And that's really how they are. And, you know, that's going to be one of the most beautiful aspects they bring to you. I don't think you're very used to not just being adored, but having a champion and someone really seeing you. And I don't mean just seeing you, but I mean really seeing you, flaws and all. And at the end of that, cherishing you. I don't feel that you've, you know, perhaps from a parent figure, but I don't feel that you've had that from a partner. And that is so what this person's going to give you. You know, I say he, whatever relates to you, but they are so in tune with their emotions. is the biggest feeling. Oh, I feel it all over. Really loving person. They're going to shed so much light into your life. And this protective bear we spoke about, it's really going to bring out that nature in you as well. But that's them all over. They're just full of love. It says it all there. Let's pull a couple just before we finish. I'm just going to pull you a couple of these cards. And this is, oh, it's such a lovely deck. Whispers of Love, because obviously we are talking about your soulmate. So we've got be authentic and you are limitless. You know, absolutely, if you haven't met this person already, when you do, be authentic, be real and true to who you are and how you feel. Most importantly, because they're like you, you're literally like a mirror image. So be the real you, because that's what will really ignite you both. I mean, it's going to happen anyway. It's your soulmate. But, you know, always be the real you anyway. But that's the message here. But always be the real you. You are limitless. You can do anything you choose. And not only is that true right now, but that is ever more the true when you two finally unite, because you really are, as a pair, you really are limitless. Yes, there's going to be difficulties. You know, you've both got stubbornness because you are very similar. That's definitely going to create, but look, no relationship was perfect. But this is going to be a really lovely union, a very powerful one at that. As I said, both very fire, big characters we're dealing with here. Oh, very exciting. I hope you enjoyed that. If you do want to know more, I'm just about to go into this even more so, because it's super cool and exciting reading. You can click extended down below and read the rest of the reading. If not, I hope to see you back soon. Don't forget to click subscribe. Do let me know about this. You're a super fierce character. I'd like to know more about you. So definitely leave a comment down below. I always love to hear from you guys. But yeah, check out the extended below and I will see you soon. Take care, guys. Well, I'll see you soon, hopefully, to finish this off just in a second. Peace out, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Hi, guys. This is for those of you. Let me just put those away. Just finish my pile 2. This is for those of you that chose pile 3. This is your reading and we are looking, super exciting, at your soulmate. So, your soulmate, this is all about you and them. First of all, we're going to be using the Lunar Soul Tarot to look at your energies, and then we're going to look at their energies and the intertwining energies, okay? Very exciting stuff. How are you all? Thank you so much for supporting my channel, guys. I'm so humbled. It's been a lovely experience. If you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to do that. And yeah, let's kick off. I am now offering extended readings. It's quite a nice way, you know, I don't charge for readings, and often a lot of you have been asking for longer readings or if you can pay for readings. I do energy exchange. You can find details of that below, but I've decided to offer extended. So we're going to do a mini reading as always, much like my other videos, but if you would like to carry on, then you can click the link below this video and that will take you further. So first of all, we're going to look at your energies. I do read upright with the Lunar Soul. So we've got Knight of Wands, Temperance, King of Cups, and we've got 3 of Wands. Lovely jubbly. And that was the Lunar Soul deck, and we're going to be using the Hyde Tarot to look at their energies. I love this deck. I'm just going to show you quickly. Dan Francis, it's a new deck I've just received. He basically crowdfunded as a startup to get these out there, and they are so beautiful. What a wonderful deck. I actually know him. He's a friend of my niece's, and it's such a beautiful story behind it. I absolutely urge you to go and check him out. And the deck, the quality, oh, they're just so beautiful. I don't know if you can see that wonderful silver glint on the sides, but they're just so lovely to actually handle. Any tarot readers out there, you need this deck in your collection. But let's have a look at your soulmate's energy. So we've got Snail, which is the Hermit reversed. We've got the Moth, Page of Wands, the Sun, 9 of Cups, and the Cocoon, 2 of Wands reversed. Now let's have a little look at your, in fact, let's do the connection. So these are your current energies, and this is his. I say his, whatever relates to you, of course, it's just natural for me to say that. but of course whatever relates to you. And we're going to do the connecting energy. So what energies are connecting you right now? Let's have a look here. And for this I'm going to be using the Healing Light Lenormand Tarot. These were brought to me by the wonderful Fiona. Thank you, Fiona, if you're watching. And what have we got here? Do read these up right. So we've got number 11, the Whip. And we've got number 6, King of Clubs, Clouds. Okie doke. Great. And then let's get some advice cards out. Rebecca Campbell. Let's have a look. And we've got Trust Your Path. And Protection. How lovely. Right, so let's just get cracking. I'm going to pour, in fact, I'll do that now. I'm going to pour a couple of animal oracles as well for you. And I'm going to do one for each of you, actually, with these. So, I've already given all these a good shuffle, but I always like to shuffle some more. Oh, I love dragonflies. You're such a cool person. I love the dragonfly. It's one of my favourite cards in this deck. It's such a beautiful deck. It's Spirit of the Animal. And we got the penguin for him. Interesting. Okay. Right, let's go for it, shall we? Guys, sorry about that. My camera just completely wigged out. Right, where were we? I just started talking for ages and realised that my camera wasn't recording. I'm so sorry. Let's start from the beginning. So we're looking at your energies first of all. And we see here with the Knight of Wands, you know, just before I go any further actually, I think mention, obviously I do connect with my guides, Luchuan, and there's a message coming through here. You're going to have some good news coming to you for sure. And it's in regards to something you've been working towards. So some really good news on its way. You also, I'm getting the feeling this card represents you, you know, you get that reckless knight that goes in ahead and charges ahead, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's a really good energy of yours. And some people do perhaps might call you reckless, but you're not. And ignore that. It's a vital part of your character. We're being reminded we've got Temperance. I love this card. It signifies so much. You know, you're in a really good place is what I'm getting. You know, wherever you've got to right now, you're at a great place. Everything's balanced. You see one foot in, one foot on the ground. Of course, one foot in water, signifying both balance in earth and spirit. You've got the sun and the moon. You know, everything's there. You're in perfect balance and harmony. But the real message that I'm getting that's coming through for you with this card is to remind yourself, firstly, that you have wings. You have wings to support you. That's a really clear thing right now, because I know you know things can seem a bit tough, but you have wings to support you. But this is talking about spirit, and you need to connect more to yourself. You might think you do, but you need to go further. God, this comes up all the time, but never so strong than right now. And yeah, a real need to connect into both of those worlds. You have a happy balance, but you've got to go deeper with that. I'm really getting the feeling as well. There's someone around you, it's not him, but someone around you right now that can really help with that. I'm getting a fatherly type figure, and they will really, really help you move forward with not only the good news and the venture that you've got coming that's going to lift and build you, but also in other things. But you really are in that stage of life. You know, it says it with the Three of Wands. You're sitting ahead, everything's balanced. You're sitting there looking out at the horizon, planning your future, probably wondering about him. But you're really, you know, you may not feel it, but the reality is you're in a great position right now. You've got the world at your feet. You've got support there. Let's have a look at his energies. We've got the Snail, reverse, the Moth, Song, and the Cocoon. He's definitely got the... there's no way to sugarcoat it. He's definitely got that tendency to kind of go a little bit inwards. Quite a quirky character is coming through. Quirky through the way they dress, quirky through... really cool quirky, by the way. So very, very cool guy we've got here. Again, I say guy, whatever relates to you. But yeah, very quirky individual. Can be a little bit inward because of that. Very quirky individual. Very strong with it though, you know, not afraid to kind of speak up. You see that here with the Nine of Cups, the song. Not afraid to speak up at all. And you also see the cocoon, the Two of Wands reversed here. Definitely coming into his own. Obviously the Page of Wands, you see, you know, a wonderful, beautiful moth here right in the centre stage. And that's definitely him. So although quirky and quite introverted, very much I'm here, I've arrived. I'm really kind of building his profile is what I would say. I'm getting a musician here. Really feeling a musician, not just because of the song, but there's a musician, a band perhaps. He's in a band, really musician, very quirky, creative type we're dealing with, and they're on a good journey. A little bit volatile, but they're on a journey. A little bit of the adventure. I think a little bit, you know, we spoke about your recklessness over here. And they're a different kind of recklessness, but equally so. When you're together, look at your combining, the whip. You know, when I first saw this, I consulted with Latran because it's kind of like, you know, this can mean various things, this card. But I'm very happy to deliver the information that it is going to be a very kinky relationship that you both have in the bedroom. You're both quite, you know, big characters. You're definitely a lot more chilled and level, but he's going to bring a lot of adventure. He's more a daredevil, and he's going to bring, I almost want to say, like a Christian Grey vibe to your life. You're going to get it. But yeah, and another thing, you know, when you do connect and when you are connected, it's as if the clouds disappear. And you see that here. You know, it's almost like he blows them away. He comes in, and this is definitely him, this king here, and he blows those things away. And he's a very powerful kind of energy. And with you, a real protector. He's going to very much want to protect you. You know, you get that typical kind of guy thing where they, you know, me man, me protector, you woman, I look after you, caveman kind of style. Obviously we know in our this modern age it can go anyway, but in this instance he wants to be that protector. It's quite an Italian macho thing, isn't it? He wants to be your protector, and he will lead you in the bedroom. This is quite exciting, guys. You've got quite a saucy little thing coming up here. Didn't expect that, but it's there. Let's have a little look at your characteristics. We've got dragonfly magic. I embrace my transformation. I courageously let go of the past. The magic of nature is in me. I am brilliant and I am blessed. And you absolutely are brilliant and blessed. As I've mentioned, you're going to get good news coming through this, and it's going to lead you on a whole new journey. You've no idea what's coming to you, but it's wonderful. Yeah, courageously let go of the past. Oh, you're trying to say he wants you to affirm these. So if you pause the video, make a note of those affirmations there. In your meditations, or even just in the morning, you need to say these things out loud in a mirror, looking at yourself, or in meditation. I embrace my transformation. I courageously let go of the past. The magic of nature is in me. I am brilliant and I am blessed. You need to say that. That's a beautiful card, and you are the dragonfly. Look how beautiful the dragonfly is. I think it's my favourite card of the deck, that one. Penguin. Oh, penguin. I love the penguin. This is him. Penguin, authentic. And what you see is really what you get. Again, he's not shy, so that is just absolutely correct. Reach out to your tribe in times of need. Family gives you strength when you face the storm. Love your uniqueness. You are full of surprises. Break free from others' expectations. Just be yourself. And he really is. You know, the biggest thing that comes through here, if you notice this penguin card, it's a family. It's him, it's a lady penguin, and then it's a little baby penguin. He wants this so much for all his quirky and, you know, his edgy self that he is. And like I say, going down that band and musician route, real rock and roller type, that's what he's like underneath, and that's what he wants. And that's what you're going to get. Really lovely card. Let's have a look. Trust your path. So these are the advice cards. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? I love this card. This is a message directly to you. not just waiting for when he comes along, because you absolutely will be supported when he comes along, but this one's for you. You know, sometimes I think you don't leave because you're a little bit worried about having the support. I think you're very used to being on your own. That's what's coming through here. Even if you have had past relationships, you've been on your own within those relationships. You need to trust your path more. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? Really think about that, Lachuan's saying. It's really important for you right now, and a great message. Protection. Call back your power. Cut the cords. Soul retrieval. With this, guys, I'm purely getting the message that it's just... You need to... We spoke about here about meditation and finding your spiritual self. And you need more protection, because I think maybe you've been delving into this, but you need to be careful. So that's a bit of advice there as well. Right, let's have a look, shall we? I'm going to pull a couple of the love cards out. So these ones are Whispers of Love, and it'd be silly not to, wouldn't it, with a reading like this? So we've got Whispers of Love. Let's have a look. And we've got Relationship Patterns. It takes strength to recognise the need for change. This is a big calling for you to call up and look at your past relationships and look at links there, and to do with you, not them. Forget them and how it serves them. This is about you. It takes strength to recognise the need for change, and this will really help you. Definitely when you meet this. He's a little bit stubborn, I've just got to warn you. He's quite stubborn, so just beware there. Lastly, I'm just going to pull you a art oracle. I feel I should, because it's all about him. That's not important, the trans said, so I'm going to pop that back. Right, let's do him first. I love these art oracles. It's all the great artists in history. So we've got our... Oh. So we've got the great Wawe. And then, what if we're going to pull for you? Leonardo da Vinci. So, Leonardo da Vinci, I'm not a Renaissance man. I'm a Renaissance man. Dissect what makes us human. Look into research like you would a crystal ball. That's great, isn't it? I needn't say any more than that. Just a lovely little bit of advice for you there. Let me show you that in case you wanted to pause and look properly. I love these cards. They're just so cool. And Weiwei, see, again, another great artist. When authority says to be quiet, get a loudspeaker. Art must fight for freedom, or the whole world is a prison. Some things are whole only when they shatter. I mean, you know, Weiwei was, I don't know if you know much about this artist, but real against, you know, against the norm, kind of against the, well, it says it all. When authority says be quiet, get a loudspeaker. And this is really the characteristics of this guy, you know. As I said, he's a real quirky kind of against the grain, against the system kind of person. And some things are whole only when they shatter kind of attitude. They're so cool, those cards. I hope you enjoyed them. I am going to carry this on right now in the extended reading. I hope, if you're only here for this though, I really hope you've enjoyed it. If you do want to know a bit more, we're going to look into personalities a bit more here and how you come to meet, or how you come to unite. So if you want to look at that, just click the extended below, and yeah, we'll get cracking. If not, thank you so much for your time again. I hope this resonated. I hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to click, I was going to say lick then. Click subscribe and like this video. It means so much and really helps me. And thank you so much. Again, extended down below. So for those of you, I'll see you in a moment to carry on with this. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.